Good night, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Not gonna lie, it was a long day at work today, and um, typically the reason I wait to do these so late at night is I wait for my son to go to bed. He's only 6 months old, so we uh, we always make him a priority, and plus he's a little noisy too. So I try to wait till the end of the night to kind of put these videos out. All right, guys, let's take a look at this. This is part 16. I'm not sure what the hell this thing is, but we'll draw it anyways. So looks like we have a circle with a radius of 5, and from the center to the point of this arrowhead is 60. Oh, I can already see that ortho's not on, so let's try that again. One thing I'm going to try to do going forward, actually, let me just start this over. One thing I want to make sure I'm doing going forward is so that when people do watch these, they kind of, get a little bit out of it as far as drafting goes, or at least the commands goes. So I'm going to kind of say what I'm doing as I go. So I'm going to hit C for circle, and I'm going to type in radius, and then type in 5. All right, hit L for line. And as you can see, I'm able to move this line wherever I want. If I hit F8, it'll make it perfectly straight. So let's go 60, hit enter. It looks like we have a little arrowhead here, so let's just come back 5, up 2.5 to the point, and then you can type in mirror, and then select the center of where you want it to flip to the other side to. So I did that, so it looks like we have that. All right, so 15 off of this. Let's see here. We can make a line that's 16 now. And let's take and rotate that. Select our point. We want it to be 45 degrees. We can come over 10. And then do C for circle. We got to type in radius. And then 3. All right. So another thing that we're going to use here, it looks like the typical thickness. Let's get one more part in here first. So from that 15 point here, let's make a line of 10. And then again, let's make another one that's 16. And let's select the 16 line, type in RO for rotate. Pick the point you want to rotate from. I'm going to type in -45. There we go, and we go down. Now we can come over from this endpoint 10. And then we need to make a 5 by 5 cube. So I'll go 2.5 up, 5 over, 5 down. There's that. And the last two things we need to do is fillet, and we need to do an offset. So if you hit O, you can do, it'll allow you to do offset. Then it wants to know the distance, and we will type in 1.2. And then let's start. Well, one thing I'm going to do to make this a little easier is if you hit join before I offset, I'll just select these. And then there we go. Oops, I'm going to burst this one at least. Or explode. I didn't, actually that's fine, never mind. So let's do offset 1.2, and we'll select this and pick to the side. Oops, I accidentally bumped F1. Come that way, up, down. So we can trim, well, we can get rid of these center lines. Let's start there. Those are worthless to us. Let's trim this out. Trim this part of the circle out. Why does this look... Gotcha. Hold on. Let's back it up, guys. It looks a little too thick because I did an offset of 1.2 when I should have done half of that, which would be, what, 0.6? So let's undo this. Back it up. Looked a little too thick. So let's do offset again. O for offset. Let's type in our distance. We'll do 0.6. Now this should work right. So let's come up. All right, now let's delete the center lines because we don't need them. Could have swore I saw an extra line in here. Let's just delete that. We'll trim this out here, trim this, trim this, trim this, trim that. Delete this center line. We'll trim this, delete these. And then the last thing to do is fillet. So just type in F-I-L-L-E-T for fillet. Type in the radius, which is 5. And let's start hitting our... something's happening there. Okay, we got that. Looks like we need a fillet here. It's not wanting to let me because this is some sort of polyline. Somehow I ended up with a bunch of extra lines in here. So let's try this again. Fillet down here. Fillet this. And fillet this. And then we'll trim that. And that. And that. There we go, guys. Another part down. That one was super easy. Just for fun, let's join everything. And I'm just gonna do an extrusion just because I like to. Let's join. Looks like everything's connected. Let's extrude. So what's going on here? I'm just gonna grab this and move it over and see what kind of nonsense we have. Nothing. So let's try this one more time. We'll explode it. Let's join. And just to be safe, let's region. 0 regions created. Oh man, don't do this to me. Let's just check things out. Everything's in the same plane. It's a polyline. Let's type yes for closed. Now will it region? One loop rejected. Well, we're going to call it good. I don't want to fight this one right now. So that is part 16, guys. Thanks for watching.